I grew up in a small village nestled at the edge of the lush savanna, where the moonlight would drape over the earth like a silver shawl. Life in our community was simple and tightly knit. We believed in the spirits of the land, the whispers of the trees, and the magic of the moon. It was in this setting that a tale unfolded, one that we still share around the evening fire to this day. The story began with Juma, a herder known for his small but prized flock of goats. Among them was Dula, a snow-white goat with soft, shimmering fur and eyes that seemed to reflect the wisdom of the ancestors. Dula was special, everyone knew it, but none of us could have predicted just how special she would prove to be. One night, after a long day of grazing, Juma noticed that Dula was missing. He called out, his voice carrying through the quiet night, but there was no answer, just the rustling of leaves and the hum of crickets. Concerned, he lit a lantern and set off toward the sacred grove, a place our elders warned us never to disturb after dark. They said it belonged to the spirits, who danced under the moonlight and guarded secrets beyond human comprehension. As Juma approached the grove, he saw something peculiar. Bathed in the silvery glow of the moon, Dula was grazing on a patch of herbs that sparkled faintly, as if kissed by the moon itself. The sight sent a chill through him, but Dula seemed calm, unbothered by the eerie atmosphere. The next morning, Juma was relieved to find Dula back with the rest of the flock. But when he milked her, something extraordinary happened. The milk was sweeter than anything he'd ever tasted, with a richness that seemed almost otherworldly. Word spread quickly, and soon the entire village was talking about Dula's miraculous milk. The elders, however, were not pleased. They summoned Juma to the council hut, their faces grim under the dim light of an oil lamp. "You have stolen from the spirits," Elder Nyaga accused, his voice heavy with authority. "The sacred grove is not for man or beast to disturb. This sweetness comes at a cost." Juma protested, insisting he had taken nothing but what Dula had given naturally. Still, the elders decreed that Dula must be watched. If the spirits were angered, it could bring misfortune to the entire village. Despite the warnings, the milk continued to flow, and its sweetness seemed to bring joy to everyone who tasted it. But the elders remained wary, watching Juma and Dula with suspicion. Determined to uncover the truth, Juma decided to return to the sacred grove during the day. He waited until the elders were preoccupied with preparations for the upcoming harvest festival and then led Dula back to the grove. In the light of day, the grove was less intimidating, though no less magical. Juma noticed the same sparkling herbs Dula had grazed on that night, their leaves shimmering faintly even in the sunlight. Gathering a few, he took them to the village healer, Mama Abeni, a wise woman with knowledge of plants and their properties. Mama Abeni studied the herbs carefully, her brow furrowing as she crushed a leaf between her fingers and sniffed it. "This is not magic," she finally said, her voice calm but firm. "This is the work of nature. These herbs are rare, found only in places where the soil is rich and untouched. They are sweet and nourishing, and they seem to affect the milk of animals that eat them." Armed with this knowledge, Juma returned to the village and shared what Mama Abeni had told him. The elders were skeptical at first, but Mama Abeni's reputation was beyond question. After some deliberation, they allowed Juma to continue caring for Dula and her miraculous milk, though they warned him to always show respect to the spirits of the grove. In time, the grove became a source of pride for the village, a symbol of harmony between nature and the community. Juma planted more of the herbs near his home, ensuring that Dula and the rest of his flock could graze on them without wandering into the sacred grove. The milk continued to flow, sweet and rich, bringing joy to all who tasted it. And so the story of Dula, the goat who drank the moon, became a cherished tale in our village. It taught us that not all magic is supernatural. Sometimes it's simply the wonder of the world around us, waiting to be discovered. To this day, when the moon is full and the air is thick with its glow, I think of Juma and Dula and smile. For in their story, we learned to see the extraordinary in the ordinary and to honor the gifts of both the earth and the heavens.